Hey y'all, welcome back to Babeinlibrary. It's your girl Lisa, and today we're going to talk about my thoughts on the opening round for the Goodreads Choice Awards, specifically the romance category. Now, I know a lot of people are steering away from Goodreads. They're trying to find an alternative, and a lot of people are gravitating to the Storygraph platform, which I absolutely love and adore. However, there's something a little bit nostalgic about Goodreads and specifically Choice Awards. I have been a part of Goodreads since 2011, so it's a little bit hard for me to give up specifically the Choice Awards because I love a superlative. I love going in, being able to vote on my favorite, something that is grabbing me. I also like being able to see what the recommendations that they have to share. However, truth be told, the Goodreads Choice Awards is really a popularity contest, and it's not always the books that I read that I prioritize that's going to be the captivated audience for the Goodreads Choice Awards. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the 4 books that I have read from that I have the option to vote for, the additional 2 that are on my TBR that I just haven't gotten to because they are sequels. And then I'm going to talk about my thoughts about some of the others before I suggest 4 books that should have been on this list. First, I'm going to start with one book that is on here that I definitely understand the appeal, and that's going to be Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Now, Ali actually has 2 in the romance category, and surprisingly, most people didn't expect this one to be in romance. They expected this one to be in romance and C. Now, she has another one known as Not in Love, I believe. I have not read it. I have no interest in reading it. Honestly, Ali Hazelwood was an author that I had picked up once, and I was like, okay, it's cool, but it's giving mid. And then I heard that the storylines just kept repeating copy and paste. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to pick up anything else that has like, size difference. I'm not going to pick up anything else that has STEM. Like, that's just not my bag. However, when she came out with this paranormal vampire and wolf shifter, I said, okay, let me have my ears perk up. This is an arranged marriage. It is forced proximity. It is enemies to lovers. It's giving me all of the vibes. And when I tell you I ate it up, I gave this 5 stars, and I was sworn never to do that again because Ali Hazelwood is an author that's very, very hyped, but the hype is real with this one. This was probably her most controversial as well. I don't think that a lot of people wanted to see this on the list. Definitely not in the romance category, but it's a go for me. Now, when it talks about, books that people may or may not love and may or may not feel like this needs to be in the category, I could give 2 shits because I stand for Kennedy Ryan. A lot of people believe that This Could Be Us should be placed as a women's fiction. 1, there is no women's fiction category. 2, I don't want to hear none of that because y'all constantly put Carly Fortune on here. Y'all constantly putting Emily Henry on here. And I don't really think that they give romance like they should. But Kennedy, baby, she gives romance. She gives a lesson. She gives get back. This is a fantastic choice, honestly, because I believe his name is Judah, right? Judah, baby, that's a man. And he's romancing me, the reader, but he's also romancing Soledad. And I absolutely adore this. This is probably not my favorite. I'm waiting on Hendrix, which is going to be the 3rd book, the 3rd character. And I know Kennedy better hit it in 2025. Like, she needs to be on the list again. And I think that this definitely deserves a spot. So I'm so glad to see that Kennedy Ryan made it, girl. One author that's going to be on here time and time again, and she deserves, that's Abby Jimenez, Just for the Summer. Now, this one was placed in the romance category, and truth be told, it's not necessarily my favorite. It's probably my least favorite in the series. My least favorite in the series is still better than a lot of people's favorite. And that's T, because Abby Jimenez, one thing she's going to do, she's going to make me cry. She's going to make me fall in love and believe that there's somebody out here that is specifically made for you. because Just for the Summer is a banger as well. Again, not my favorite in the series, but definitely worthy of a spot. Definitely a lot of people's favorite. And definitely worthy, like I said, to be on this romance category. Now, what I will say, I know I talked about 3 that I do love, but there's nobody comparing to this one. This is my vote for the Goodreads Choice Awards, and I'm going to stand beside it. And that's Tia Williams' A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. This is in competition for being my favorite book of the year. And before you tell me, oh, it's historical fiction, it is magical realism, the love story wasn't, not today, not on my watch, not on my channel, because this is soulmate love. Like, this is knowing it doesn't matter what time period it is, somebody is out there for you waiting to be found. This is giving me everything. Look at the cover, absolutely gorgeous. 5-star, definitely a favorite, definitely one I want to rise to the top. If you have not read this and you plan on voting in this category, do yourself a favor, pick it up. Tia Williams eats. The lady doesn't miss. Love Song for Ricky Wilde, all 2024. I will say there are some authors in this category that I'm like, okay, yeah, I knew you were going to be here. Christina Lauren is here all the time. I don't necessarily want to read the book, but she's there. Swift and Saddle by Lila Sage. I'm contemplating it. I am definitely going to be in my Yeehaw era, and I'm glad to see that this book is getting its due shine. I've never heard of the love of my afterlife. Never heard of it. Who is she? Apparently somebody else has. I also haven't heard of How to End a Love Story. But the 2 books that I have heard of, I just could not vote for because I hadn't read, are 2 books that are on my shelf, which we stan Anna Huang in this house. So being able to see that King of Sloth was on there was a no-brainer. I knew this was going to happen. Anna Huang has the TikTok streets on lock. And that's always going to be a crowd favorite. So it doesn't matter what book she puts out every year. I'm assuming that she's going to be staple in the community. And so this one I just haven't been able to give you all my opinion on because I haven't gotten to it. It's the 4th in the series. I just read her other series this year. So give me a moment. And then I also haven't read Leather and Lark because it's the sequel to Blackbird and Butcher and Blackbird, and that is on my TBR to read. So I have to read things in order, but I can see why this one has a lot of appeal. This one is a little bit controversial because the people that loved Butcher and Blackbird may not necessarily have loved Leather and Lark, but I'm a rock with it. I'm going to see what it's talking about, and hopefully I'll be able to put this as a top contender. I want to talk about some books that I really feel like should have been on here, and if it was up to me, I'd definitely be writing them in, because let's talk about it. A lot of the times these books have to be pushed out by a traditional publisher. That is where a lot of the popularity comes from, is that there's a marketing team behind it. Also, again, you all know that it's more than just your social media presence. A lot of people that are avid readers that are not invested in Book Talk or Bookstagram or other platforms, they don't necessarily know, but they come out in droves to Goodreads. So I want to say in my space, obviously your algorithm tells you, gives you like-minded things. You find people that read books like you. And me, I'm a diverse reading girl. So I have 4 books here that are all fantastic reads, whether it was a 4-star, 5-star, all traditionally published, and all worthy to be seen. First and foremost, it blows my mind that it's inconceivable that Danielle Allen's Curvy Girl Summer was not on this list. Now, granted, I'm going to tell you right now, Curvy Girl Summer only has 7,100 ratings. Like, how? Audible just said that this was a contender for their best of 2020 audiobooks. So that should have already given me the red flag that, yeah, y'all are reading this. Apparently, y'all are not. This is breaking barriers. Like, this one here, in my mind, had the streets on lock. Like, they were out here reading it. I read it. This was Danielle's first foray into traditional published, and it should have been on this list. And I'm just mind blown that it wasn't. This next one is a favorite for me. It is the best fake dating romance that I have read. Not just 2024, but all of fake dating. It only has 4,200 votes, and I'm like, how? How is it possible? The Kiss Countdown. This is by Berkeley. This is by Bramble. I'm not sure what's going wrong, what's been missing. If it's the marketing, get on it, because more people need to read this. Again, best fake dating that there is. You've got an astronaut and a party planner. Good time. Now, where I'm really confused is these next two, because y'all love to see Jane Austen and sometimes Shakespeare repackaged over and over and over and over and over again. Like, y'all love to see it in any form possible. Y'all love a Pride and Prejudice retelling. Y'all love an Emma or Persuasion. And it's really pissing me off that the fact that Nikki Payne has a Sense and Sensibility retelling. This one is also by Berkeley. This is 5 stars to me. It gives you all of the things. And you mean to tell me it's only got 2,500 ratings? How? Y'all eat Jane Austen up. Y'all eat her for breakfast, lunch, dinner, a snack. And then y'all have her again at a midnight hour. How is this not reaching the masses? Fix it. Also, retelling, right? Again, Shakespeare is y'all guy. Y'all are going to reread a classic anytime it comes around, in any format. And you mean to tell me that Marriage and Modesty is not on the list? This one is Avon. I know Avon got money. I know Avon be pushing it out. Nisha Sharma, pen game is ridiculous. She's also a fantastic speaker. And y'all mean to tell me that this one only has 2,400 ratings? What's the issue? Why y'all ain't rating this? Now, granted, this one is the third in the series. So I understand if you're trying to work yourself up to the final and you haven't read it in order, I'm going to give you a pass on this one. This one I'm not giving you a pass on. There's only 2 in the series, and you don't have to read them in order. They're interconnected standalones. And really, they're not that interconnected. Why? I'm missing something here. Please, y'all, read these books. If there is nothing else that you hear from me, diversify your reading. Make sure Goodreads understands. I think one of the biggest things that you could do is put it on your TBR card. Like, put it as you want to read it. That is the popularity contest of Goodreads. Please make sure y'all are doing that. If you want to, give me a leaf emoji for Sex, Size, and Sensibilities, because again, Nikki needs to be read. If y'all can read any other Jane Austen retelling, y'all need to be reading this one. That is my initial thoughts with the opening round. Again, I'm gonna tell you, I'm standing 10 toes down for this one. This is my vote. Tia Williams is that girl, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.